Hello and welcome to the video, everyone. Today I will be teaching you how to fix your Nerf blaster or any electronic battery-fed anything, honestly, electronic, flashlight, pretty much anything, if it has battery corrosion from the batteries being left inside of whatever it is for too long. So yeah. This is a orange Nerf Stryfe, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of corrosion in the battery tray. Not a ton, but it's enough where it needs fixing. And this is a very, very simple fix. All you need is white vinegar and some Q-tips. This is way too many, but I just grabbed whatever I had. And it's very, very, very simple to fix this. You're going to take some distilled vinegar, and you're going to put it in a container. I just use this. You're going to take your Q-tip, get it nice and wet, and then you're going to take the Q-tip, and you are going to clean the area with the corrosion. As you can see, it's kind of fizzing a little bit. And that will cause all of this corrosion to go away. I'm not going to try and explain the chemical part of this because I honestly don't understand it. But it is, from my understanding, it just counteracts the corrosion from the battery. And don't worry, this won't damage anything. It will not mess up the electronics at all. Just, wipe everything up. There's no corrosion on this side that I can see. But I'll put a little bit over here anyways. Already looking better. See? Now, if there's something that's hanging in there that's not wanting to come out, you're going to want to take a screwdriver. I've heard that you can use a pencil eraser, but it's not worth it. I'd rather just use a fret head screwdriver, just whatever size you have, and just kind of scrape at it a little bit. If you have a wire brush or something like that, that may help as well. You just kind of want to scrape it, and that'll help get anything that is not wanting to come out. I'm just going to put that in the vinegar just to make sure it's clean. Then we're going to go back with another Q-tip and just go over it. Now, if this is on all sides of the different terminals, you can clean those as well. Luckily, on this one, it isn't too bad. It's just this one terminal that's damaged. And we're getting there. Flip it around and add it like this. I'm going to come back with my screwdriver and separate these coils because there appears to be some buildup in there. Now you want to be careful because you don't want to undo this or deform the coils. That will mess you up. But you can separate it just enough to scrape it and try and clean it. Q-tip. Back in the vinegar. If you have rubbing alcohol after you're done cleaning everything off, you could take the rubbing alcohol and just rub it on after the vinegar, and that will help dry everything up really fast and help deal with a little bit of the smell. There's really nothing wrong with the smell, and it'll dry in about 5 minutes, so no real reason to panic or stress out about it. But it's something that if you have it, you might as well do it. And I think I've just about got it all. So now I'm going to take the dry end of the Q-tip, or just grab another Q-tip, and just try and make sure everything's dried off real good before we put new batteries in here and test it. Because it's kind of defeating the purpose if you go and you screw it all up by putting batteries in where it's wet and it's got vinegar on it. I'm not sure if that will cause any damage, but for me, it's not worth risking it. And now we're just going to let this air dry for just a moment. But while we let that dry, something else when you're talking about Nerf blasters and stuff, like the classic Stryfe, is that you're going to want to open it up and check the battery terminals on the inside. Okay, so what you want to check is this thing right here. This is called the thermistor. This is basically what stops the you from putting in higher voltage AA batteries and getting more current to go through here, because that can burn out the firewalls. That's what this does. You can't twist that to bypass it, or you can just remove it when you're doing a rewire. But it's as long as it's clean, you don't have to do anything. Looks like the thermistor itself is clean, and then the place where it actually connects on the bottom is clean, and so is the other side, the positive. So I don't see any issues with why this won't work now. The only reason it wouldn't work now is if the switches or the internals are burnt out. So let's get some AA's and test this. Alright, we're back a few minutes later, and I have some just Amazon AA batteries. I'm going to pop these in here now that everything is dry, and we are going to test this. Of course, it's not working, but that's because there is a safety on the inside of here that's causing it to not rev unless there's a magazine inserted. So, fingers crossed, this works. And if this fixed it, it's good and it's done and it's ready to be used again. But if it doesn't work, don't worry, you did it right. If it has battery corrosion, in the battery compartment, and it's really bad, most cases it'll get to the inside, and the internal switches and stuff can be burnt out. So if you did this and you cleaned out the battery tray and it's still not working, not a huge deal. You did it right. Don't worry. As long as you got all the corrosion cleaned out, you did it right. So no fault on you. You just need to look at getting a complete rewire or just getting a different blaster at that point. It's not pointless if you know how to solder. It's very easy. You can get a diagram online. But yeah, let's see if this works now. No, it does not. So what that means is that the internal switches are burnt out, but that is another video for another day. I showed you guys how to clean this out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And yeah, peace.